morning, viewers. Welcome. This is KU TV, and the program is Elimu Live. So we have mathematics today, and I'm your teacher, Teacher Stapleton. So welcome to the lesson. Our topic is algebra. The topic for the day is algebra. So those of you who are right from class 5, 6, 7 up to 8, you're going to benefit in the lesson because it cuts across the classes that I've mentioned. So we'll start from the simple basics on algebra as we progress towards the senior-most classes. So feel free and enjoy the lesson. So first of all, you need to understand what is algebra. So algebra in mathematics, this is the representation of letters for unknown values. So we know that mathematics, we handle mathematics using numbers. So there are instances whereby these numbers are going to be replaced by letters. So when that happens, then what you are learning or what you're doing is called algebra. So to define what algebra is the use of letters to represent unknown values. Algebra is the use of letters to represent unknown values. Now we'll start with the first basic thing in algebra, that is using letters to write expressions. Let me write on the board. So the first is using letters to write expressions. Using letters to write expressions. So we have expressions in mathematics, and these expressions can be written or can be represented in form of letters. When that happens, that is algebra. So I have an example of such, and an example can be, there's a person called Otongolo. Otongolo went to the market to buy fruits. He bought B bananas, P pawpaws, and O oranges. How many fruits did he buy altogether? Let me repeat the question. Otongolo went to the market to buy fruits. He bought B bananas, P pawpaws, and O oranges. How many fruits did he buy altogether? So let's look at the solution to this question. So solution to the question. So the first thing, we are going to identify the fruits that were bought. So we have bananas. Bananas were B. The other fruits bought were pawpaws. Pawpaws were P. And the other fruits that were bought were oranges. And oranges were O. So we are being asked, how many fruits did the person buy altogether? How many fruits did the person buy altogether? When you hear the word altogether, altogether means addition. So we look at bananas. Bananas are B, pawpaws are P, and oranges are O. To get the total number of fruits that were bought, we are going to take the number of bananas, we take and add to those of pawpaws, and finally add to those of oranges. So if we know bananas are B, so our answer is B plus P for pawpaws plus O for oranges. Therefore, the answer to this question, whereby Otongolo went to the market and bought B bananas and bought P pawpaws and O oranges, the total number of fruits that this person bought was B plus P plus O. So we leave the answer as that. So that is how we solve, or we use letters to write expressions. So this is an expression representing the total number of fruits that were bought. So we can look at another example. Example number 2. Example number 2 reads, a box contains pens of different colors. There are red pens, B blue pens, and C black pens. The teacher gave out 2 red pens, 1 blue pen, and 3 black pens to a certain boy in class. How many pens did the teacher give the boy altogether? I repeat, a box contains pens of different colors. There are R, red pens, B, blue pens, and C, black pens. The teacher gave out 2 red pens, 1 blue pen, and 3 black pens to a certain boy in class. How many pens did the teacher give out altogether? The very first step is always to know what do the letters represent. So our example number 2, so we are being told this is a teacher, and the teacher had a box that had 3 different types of pens. There were red pens, there were blue pens, and there were black pens. So there are a number of red pens, number of blue pens, and a number of black pens. So these pens were given out. So first of all, we find out the letters that represent these pens. So we had red pens, we had blue pens, we had black pens. So we are told that the red pens that were there were R, red pens, there were B, blue pens, and there were C, black pens. So the number of red pens is represented by letter R. The number of blue pens is represented by letter B, and the number of black pens is represented by letter C. Then the teacher gave out the pens to a certain pupil. So 2 red pens were given. So if there are red pens and 2 are given, so you multiply by 2 to get the number of pens that were given. 1 blue pen multiplied by 1 is still 1 blue, and then there were 3 black pens, so we get multiplied by 3. So we want to find how many pens were given. So if there are 2 red pens, that is 2R, 1 blue, that is B, 3 black, that is 3C. So how many pens were given altogether? We'll take this 2R plus B plus 3C. So our answer therefore is 2R plus B plus 3C. So this is the total number of pens that were given to the pupil by the teacher. This is the total number of pens that were given to the pupil by the teacher, because they were red pens, they were blue pens, and they were black pens. So 2 red pens were given. If 1 is R, then there are 2 R. 1 blue pen was given, that is B, and 3 black pens were given. If C represents 1, then 3 will be 3C. So to get the total number of pens that were given to this pupil, you take 2R plus B plus 3C. So those 2 examples show us how to use letters to write expressions in mathematics. So we have the first example where fruits were being bought, and we have a second example where pens were being given. So that is about using letters to write expressions. So we look at something else. And number 2, in algebra, we are finished with 1, using letters to write expressions. We are looking at number 2. We are talking about simplifying algebraic expressions. Simplifying algebraic expressions. We have seen how to write an expression using letters. We have already seen that. The next thing now, we want to see how can we simplify these algebraic expressions that we have already written. Now, as we tackle this, it will bring us to the understanding of 2 different terms. And the first term is a like term. What is a like term? So like terms, these are algebraic expressions that have the same letters. So algebraic expressions that have the same letters are called like terms, whereas algebraic expressions that have different letters will be called unlike terms. So those are the 2 terms that we look at. So we have like terms as our first one, and we have unlike terms. So like terms are algebraic expressions with the same letters. And like terms are algebraic expressions that have different letters. So let's look at an example of this. So we have example. Let's look at an example of that. So we have a question, 2a plus 3b plus 4a plus 2b. So we have such like a question, 2a plus 3b plus 4a plus 2b. Now looking at our question, you realize we have two different letters. We have a and we have b. So we have a that is similar to a, 2a and 4a. And then we have b that is similar to b, 3b and 2b. Now, for us to solve or for us to simplify such an algebraic expression, we collect the like terms. And I've said the like terms are the terms or they are the questions that have the same letters. Now, in this question, we need to collect the like terms. Now, there's something very important that you need to know when you collect the like terms. When we collect the like terms, you pick the number and the sign that comes before the number. So before you collect the like terms, you do what you call sharing of signs. So you pick a number and the sign that comes before the number. So you do this, and this is called sharing of signs. Then you pick the like terms. So our first term is 2a. So we are looking at the solution to that. So 2a, the other like term, or the one similar to 2a, is 4a. So we pick the sign that comes before 4a, which is addition. So 4 plus 4a. Then we come to the other one, which is plus 3b. Then we come to the other one, which is plus 2b. Now once you do this, 2a plus 4a plus 3b plus 2b, we say you have collected the like terms. So we realize that 2a and 4a are similar. Where if they are similar, therefore means we can be able to solve. 3b and 2b are similar. It also means we can be able to solve. Now 2a plus 4a, we get our answer as 6a. Then plus, because of the addition sign, 3b plus 2b, we get our answer to be 5b. Therefore, our answer to this question is 6a plus 5b. Our answer to this question is 6a plus 5b. Remember, the most important thing is to collect the like terms. After collecting the like terms, you share the signs. So the sign that comes before the number, not after the number. So you pick a number and the sign. Then you put the like terms together, and then you add or you subtract if it needs you to subtract. We can look at another example. Example number 2. So that was example number 1. So we can look at example number 2. Example number 2 is 6a plus b minus 4a plus 8b. So we have our second example, 6a plus b minus 4a plus 8b. The first thing is to look at the sign and you share the sign. So you take 8b with that sign, with the sign, with the sign. So that is the first thing, you share the signs. After sharing the signs, you collect the like terms. The like terms here is 6a. Remember, we are taking 4a, which has a negative sign before. So we pick the number and the negative sign. So 6a minus 4a, we come to b plus b plus 8b. So we have now collected the like terms. You can see 6a minus 4a, they have a similarity of a and a. Then when you come to the next, we have b plus 8b. They have a similarity, so they are like terms because of b and b and because of a and a. We now simplify or resolve 6a minus 4a. The answer is 2a. Then b plus 8b, our answer is 9b. Therefore, the answer to this question is 2a plus 9b. The answer to the question is 2a plus 9b. Remember, you start by sharing the signs. So you pick a number and the sign that comes before the number. That's always the first step where pupils go wrong, because they remember to collect the like terms, but they forget to pick the number and the sign that comes before the number. So don't be among the few who confuse. Be among the many that get it right. So you pick a number and the sign that comes before the number. After doing that, you collect the like terms. We say the like terms are those questions that have the similar letters. Collect the like terms, then solve the question. If it needs you to add, you add. If it needs you to subtract, you subtract. Now let's look at another question also. We are still solving algebraic expression. Remember, I'm using different signs so that you can be able to understand. The first question we had all of them were addition. Our second one, we had addition, subtraction, and addition. Now let's look at another one, which has subtraction. So our example number 3, we are at example number 3. We have 4x plus 3y, 4x plus 3y, plus 2z minus x, plus 2z minus x, minus 3y minus z, minus 3y minus z. Now that is the first thing. What's the first thing that we do? You can answer at home. The first thing, we share the signs. So you pick a number and the sign that comes before the number. It's important to show that to avoid confusion. That's the first step. The second step, you collect the like terms. So we have 4x. You look for another x that is there, which is minus x. So we are picking that letter with the sign that comes before, minus x. So we come to plus 3y. We look for any other y that is there, which is minus 3y, minus 3y. We come to the next, plus 2z, plus 2z. We look for another z, which is minus z. Now, once you do that, you have collected the like terms. We have 4x minus x. We have 3y minus 3y. We have 2z minus z. That is called collection of the like terms. Then we solve 4x minus x, that is 3x. 4x minus x, that is like 4 minus 1. So 4 minus 1 is 3. So 4x minus x. X, remember, represents 1. When you see a letter standing on its own, it means it is 1. Instead of writing 1x, we write x. Instead of writing 1y, we write y. Instead of writing 1z, we write z. So when you see x, that means 1x. So 4x minus x, we get 3x. Then we have 3y minus 3y. If you remove the y, 3 minus 3 is 0. So 3y minus 3y is 0y. Now, mathematically, we cannot write 0y because 0 means something that is not there, something that is not existing. So we can't have 0y. Instead of writing 0y, you just leave it like that. So minus 3y, 3y minus 3y, the answer is 0. So we are not going to write here 0. Every time you get a 0, don't write there the 0. You just leave it like that. So 3y minus 3y, that is 0. So we don't write anything there. 2z minus z, that is z. So plus z. Therefore, your answer is 3x plus z. 3x plus z. Remember, when we solve the value of y, we got our answer to be 0. So we cannot go on writing 0. So the answer is 3x plus z. So that is how we simplify algebraic expressions. That is how we simplify algebraic expressions. We look for the signs that are there, the number and the sign that comes before the number, which is very important. After doing that, you collect the like terms. You collect the like terms. The like terms means those letters that are similar. So after collecting the like terms, then you can be able to solve. Remember, when you see a letter standing on its own, it means 1. Like A, that is 1A. And remember also, when you solve and you get 0, you don't write the 0 there. So let's look at our third explanation about algebra. That is simplifying algebraic expression that involves brackets. Simplifying algebraic expressions that involves simplifying algebraic expressions that involves brackets. Simplifying algebraic expressions that involves brackets. Simplifying algebraic expressions that involve brackets. Now, after you have learned how to form an algebraic expression, you have learned how to solve or how to simplify. Now, you can also have algebraic expressions that have brackets. Remember, the most important thing you need to know in mathematics, whenever there are brackets, what do you do to remove the brackets? What you do to remove the brackets is the same application of that knowledge that you're going to use even when we are calculating algebra. Remember, to open up a bracket, the number that is outside the bracket must multiply everything that is inside the bracket. The number that is outside the bracket must multiply everything that is inside the bracket. Once you do that, then you'll be opening up the brackets. Now, that knowledge still applies to algebra. So when you want to open up a bracket, the number that is outside should multiply everything that is inside the bracket. The knowledge is the same. So let's look at an example. Example to that. So we can have the first example as 3 into brackets 2y plus 3x. 3 into brackets 2y plus 3x. 3 into brackets 2y plus 3x. Now, Bodmer says you solve what is in the brackets first. When you look in our brackets, we have 2y and 3x. We cannot solve 2y and 3x. Therefore, we open up the brackets. And I started by saying, to open up the brackets, you take the number that is outside the brackets to multiply everything that is inside the brackets. So, to solve this, we are going to take 3 times 2y, and then we add to 3 times 3x. 3 times 3x. So we solve that. So 3 times 2y, that is 6y, plus 3 times 3x, that is 9x. Therefore, the right answer to this question is 6y plus 9x. The answer to this question is 6y plus 9x. So we simplify by multiplying. 3 times 2y, 6y. 3 times 3x, 9x. You get your answer. Let's look at another example on the same. So we'll do several examples on this because of the signs. Remember, when there are additions and subtractions, pupils tend to confuse. So we'll do different examples that have different signs so that we can be able to understand. So example number 2 of the same, 4 into brackets 2x plus 1, close the brackets, plus 5 into brackets x plus 3. So we have to solve this question. 4 into brackets 2x plus 1 plus 5 into brackets x plus 3. Remember, the signs are always important. The signs are always important. If it is addition, if it's subtraction, they play a major role in the question. So we open the brackets here. We have said we open the brackets by multiplying. So 4 times 2x, that is 8x, plus 4 times 1, that is 4. So we come here and open the brackets, this addition sign. So 5 times x, that is plus 5x. 5 times 3, that is 15. So we have that. Then the next thing we said, we share the signs. So you take a number and the sign before. So you take that and then you collect the like terms. So we have 8x. What is our next like term? Our next like term is 5x. So plus 5x, then plus 4 plus 15. So that is the sum. Then you simplify or you solve. So we have 8x, which is a like term, and we have 4 plus 15. So 8x plus 5x, that is 13x. 4 plus 15, that is 19. Therefore, our answer is 13x plus 19. 13x plus 19. That is the answer to that question. Remember, we started by opening up the brackets. This is easy because everything is addition. Then after opening the brackets, we share the signs. After sharing the signs, you collect the like terms and you solve. Let's look at number 3 of our example. 7 into brackets, 3x plus 2, close the brackets, plus 2 into 2x minus 5. 2x minus 5. So the first step is to collect the like terms. 7 times 3x, that is 21x, plus 7 times 2, that is 14, plus 2 times 2x, that is 4x. Now, there is a subtraction sign here that I want to explain. So when you have a subtraction sign, remember this subtraction sign and this addition sign, they multiply each other. And we know the following. When we multiply an addition sign times an addition sign, the answer we get is supposed to be addition. So a positive sign or an addition times addition, the answer is always addition. Subtraction times subtraction, the answer is always addition. Then addition times subtraction, the answer is subtraction. And subtraction times addition, the answer is always subtraction. To help my pupils remember, I always tell them when they are similar, it is addition. So these plus and plus are similar, so it is plus. Minus and minus are similar, so the answer is a plus. But when they are different, addition and subtraction, the answer is negative. The same as subtraction and addition, the answer is negative. Now we use this knowledge to solve this. So this is addition sign plus 2 multiplied by a subtraction sign minus 5. So addition times subtraction, the answer is subtraction. So 2 times 5, that is 10. So it is minus 10. 2 times minus 5, that is minus 10. The next step is we share the signs and collect the like terms. So we share the signs first and then collect the like terms. We share the signs and then collect the like terms. So our signs here, you take that sign, the sign that comes before, and then we collect our like terms. So the like terms here is 21x plus 4x, then plus 14 minus 10. Then we can easily solve this. We have 21x plus 4x, then 14 minus 10. 21x plus 4x, the answer is 25x. 14 minus 10, the answer is 4. Therefore, our right answer is 25x plus 4. 25x plus 4. That is the right answer to that question. So we can look at another example that has different signs. Remember, I'm concentrating on the signs that are here. So we have 5 into brackets. That is example number 4. So we have 5 into brackets, x plus 2. So 5 into brackets, x plus 2, close the sign, minus 2 into brackets, 2x plus 4. So you realize that here was a positive sign, this was a negative sign. But now to the next question, this is a negative sign and this is a positive sign. Let's see how it's going to affect. So we open the brackets. This is 5x plus 10. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times 2 is 10. Then 2 times 2x, that is 4x. This is a negative sign. When there's no sign, it means it's a positive sign. So we get minus 4x. 2 times 4, this is negative, this is positive. So our answer there should be in negative form. So minus 8. Then the next step is we share the signs. So we have a number and the sign that comes before the number. Then we collect the like terms, which is 5x minus 4x plus 10 minus 8. 5x minus 4x plus 10 minus 8. So this and this are like terms. 5x minus 4x, our answer is x, plus 10 minus 8, 2. So the right answer is x plus 2. The right answer to that question is x plus 2. So let's look at another question also. We are changing the signs so that you can be able to understand. Our example number 5 that have different signs. So we have 5 into brackets, y minus 3, 5 into brackets, y minus 3, plus 2 into brackets, y minus 1. So we have a negative sign here and a negative sign here. So we have two negative signs there. We open up the brackets, that is 5y minus 15. We open up the brackets, plus 2y. This is a positive sign and a positive sign, minus 2. This is a positive times a negative. I said a positive sign times a negative sign is negative. So we solve this by collecting the like terms. Before that, we share the signs. So a number and the sign before the number. Then we collect the like terms, which is 5y plus 2y minus 15 minus 2. Minus 15 minus 2. Then we solve this and we solve this. We have collected the like terms. So 5y plus 2y, that is 7y. Then I want you to pay attention here. We have minus 15 minus 2. Minus 15 minus 2. What is the possible answer to this question? Minus 15 minus 2. You take this question here as if they are negatives. So when you have minus 15 and minus 2, you solve that question by taking a negative sign to be a date. So in this case, you have a date of 15 shillings and you take another date of 2 shillings. So we have a date of 15 and a date of 2 shillings. So in total, you're going to have a date of 17 shillings. Therefore, it is 7y minus 17. 7y minus 17. This 15 minus 2, don't say it is minus 13 or plus 13. That is wrong. A negative and a negative, when you are subtracting, you put them together. So you take negatives as dates. Hii ni deni. Deni ya shilingi 15. Na unachukua deni ingine ya shilingi 2. So in total, utakuwa na deni ya shilingi 17. So let me use Kiswahili for better understanding. The importance here is for you to understand. So minus 15 minus 2, the answer is minus 17. So that becomes your answer, 7y minus 17. 7y minus 17. Now I have the last example on this. Remember, the signs are the ones that are changing. So I have the last example on this question. So the last example, then we'll have to conclude. So let's look at the last example. What is changing? There are these different signs that are usually used to confuse. So our next example, all the signs that are there, they are negative signs. So let's see if they are all negative signs, how is it going to affect? So we have example number 6. On that, we are solving algebraic expressions that involve brackets. So we have 3 into brackets, 2y minus 3x, close the brackets, minus 2 into brackets 2y minus 2x. So that is the next question that we have. 3 into brackets 2y minus 3x, close the brackets, minus 2 into 2y minus 2x. If you look at this question, everything here is subtraction. So let's see how different will it be from the others. The first step is to open the brackets. So 3 times 2y, that is 6y, minus 3 times 3, that is 9x. So this is a minus, this is a plus, so it is minus 2 times 2y, that is minus 4y. Now remember here we have minus 2 minus 2x. I wish it can be displayed closely to your screen. So minus 2 minus 2x, minus 2 minus 2x. Here what you are going to do, a negative sign times a negative sign is a positive sign. So you can have it on the board. A negative times a negative is a positive. Therefore, our answer here, when we multiply minus 2 minus 2x, we are going to have plus 4x. Because this is a negative sign and this is a negative sign. And we said a negative sign times a negative sign gives us a positive sign. Now, I want to insist on this point here. This point is very important and most pupils get it wrong. When you have a negative and a negative, thank you for that. When you have a negative and a negative, when you multiply, the answer is a positive. Kindly note that. When you have negative 2, we are multiplying to negative 2. The answer is positive. So negative and negative, the answer is positive. Then we can share the signs now. Can share the signs, a number and the sign. So we pick that sign. So we pick the sign here, the sign that comes before, and the sign that comes before. We collect the like terms. This is 6y minus 4y minus 9x plus 4x. So we have that 6y minus 4y minus 9x plus 4x. So we collect the like terms. This is 6y minus 4y, 9x plus 4x. So when we solve 6y minus 4y, that is 2y. So this is minus x. Remember, this sign is very important. This is minus x plus 4x. This is a negative sign and this is a positive sign. And I said you take negative as debt. You have a debt of 9 shillings and you have 4 shillings. What will you remain with? This money cannot pay all the debt. So you'll pay but remain with some debt. So minus 9x plus 4x, that is minus 5x. You have a debt of 9 shillings and you pay 4 shillings. You still remain with a debt of 5 shillings. So it is minus 9x plus 4x. The answer is minus 5x. Therefore, your answer is 2y minus 5x. Your answer here is 2y minus 5x. So that is how we solve algebraic expressions. That is how we solve algebraic expressions. Remember, you're supposed to use letters. After using the letters, remember to identify the like terms. Remember to put the like terms together. Remember that when you are collecting the like terms, you pick a number and the sign that comes before the number. Once you do that, you can be able to solve algebraic expressions very fast. So that is how we solve our questions. That's how we solve our questions. So I hear there's someone with a question, and the question is, the person is willing or is asking if I can repeat the last example. That is in order, there's no problem. I can repeat that. So let me repeat it for you. Let me repeat the question for you. So I want to rub what I've already written and take you slowly so that you can understand. If you have a question, remember there's a number on your screen so you can ask any question that you want regarding the topic we are learning today, and your question will be answered. So our question was 3 into brackets 2y minus 3x, close the brackets, 2 into 2y minus 2x. Now we want to solve this question. I said when you have brackets, you remove brackets by multiplying. So 3 times 2y is 6y. 3 times 3x, that is minus 9x. Now, I wrote here about some things. I wrote here about a positive times a positive is a positive. Negative times negative is a positive. Positive times negative is negative. And negative times positive is negative. And then I said to remember is when they are similar, plus and plus, the answer should be a plus. When they are similar, minus and minus, the answer should be a plus. But when they are different, plus, negative, or negative, plus, the answer is negative. So that is the concept that we will use to solve this question here. So minus 2 times 2y, that is minus 4y. Remember, this is a minus and this is a plus. So we get minus 4y. Then we have minus 2, this one here, minus 2 times minus 2x. So it is minus 2 times minus 2 times minus 2x. So minus 2 multiplied by negative 2x. So when we do this, this negative sign and negative sign, when they multiply, they give us a positive sign. So 2 times 2x will be 4x. So negative sign times negative sign gives us a positive sign. Therefore, we say minus 2 times minus 2x, the answer is plus 4x. So it is plus 4x. And I've explained it here in a blue pen. So this is what I've explained. So negative 2 is this one, multiplied by negative 2x. You get negative times negative is a positive. Then 2 times 2x is 4x. That is where plus 4x is coming from. I'm sure that is where the question was. Then you have the signs, and then you collect the like terms, which is 6y minus 4y minus 9x plus 4x. So we have collected the like terms, 6y minus 4y, 9x plus 4x. So 6y minus 4y, that is 2y. So 9x plus 4x, a negative sign takes the form of a debt. A positive sign takes the form of the money that you have. When you have a debt of 9 shillings and you pay 4 shillings, you're going to remain with a debt, and the debt is 5 shillings. So it is 2y minus 5x. So our answer is 2y minus 5x. So I believe whoever was asking the question is answered. Whoever was asking the question is answered. So that is about algebra. So remember, we have tackled the following. We have tackled how to solve or how to express algebraic, how to write an algebraic expression, how to solve, and how to solve using brackets. So this topic is not over yet. So when we get another chance, we will continue from there. When you have been given unknown values that have numbers, how are we going to solve them? So I want to conclude my lesson at that point. So I've been your teacher, Teacher Stapleton. You can always watch the lessons later, just in case you missed the bigger part of the lesson. You can always go to YouTube and just type Teacher Stapleton. You will see several of the lessons. Have a wonderful day ahead.